but you have to identify where you are in the present moment. Your imagination is just giving you a glimpse of what is to be, but you have to start pruning. You have to start getting rid of certain things that no longer serve you. You have to remove things that aren't serving you to make space for those that will. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Paula Zay Talks. I'm Paula Zay Anthony, and I got a question for you. I'm gonna start it off like this. I got a question for you. What is your game plan / exit strategy? Right now, in this moment, you may be in a position that you might not find favorable. You might not like where you currently are. You might not like the job that you're working with or the people that you're surrounded around, right? But my question to you is, what is your strategy? What is your goal? What is your end game? What is your game plan? How are you gonna put yourself in position to live the life that you truly desire? See, a lot of us know what we don't want, but a lot of us don't know what we do want. And even still, we know what we want, but we don't feel as though we're worthy of having the thing that we say we desire. And so I ask you again, what is your strategy? What is your game plan? Or better yet, what is it that you want? I said this in a previous video before. What is it that you want? Like, speaking into existence what it is you want without hesitation, without doubt, without fear, without putting any stipulations on it, right? What is it that you truly desire? What outcome do you truly desire in your life? How are you using your mind on a daily basis? This is really important because the way you use your thoughts, the way you use your mind is so important. And everything around you, as I've said before, is just an indicator of what you're thinking about on a continuous basis. And let's be honest, in a lot of cases, it doesn't matter where you are physically, right? It doesn't matter where you are physically. What matters is where you are spiritually and mentally. Because I can go into the worst possible environment and still keep the same attitude of abundance, of peace and prosperity. Because it's not about where I am, but it's about where I place myself. It's about who I am. I can place myself in any situation in the world, and I know that everything will always work out in my favor because I carry around with me exactly who I am. I am just a reflection of the habits and thought patterns that I execute on a consistent basis. This is just who I am. This is just what I am. So you got to figure out who you are and what you are and what it is that you truly desire in your life. And if you already have that in mind, then you have to act as though those things have already come to fruition. I like to consider myself a mindset developer. And therefore, I carry out my day as that. Because I want to help to shift the mindset of the masses. I want to be able to help people become the greatest version of themselves through mindset development. Because everything starts with your mind. Everything starts with who you think you are, right? And of course, we go through life and we go through certain situations in order for us to become the person that we say we are, but we don't see it that way, at first at least. But as you continue to go through life, as you continue to experience certain things in your life, you then begin to realize that everything is happening for your benefit. Everything is happening for your greater good. And so you then begin to enter in what I like to call the pruning season of your life. Because now you're starting to get rid of things that don't serve you anymore. You're starting to peel back certain layers that once helped you in a previous life, but they're not going to help you to get to where you're trying to get to now. They're not going to help keep you and sustain you in the present. If anything, they're going to keep you shackled to the past. They're going to keep you in a place where you're constantly trying to undo what has already been done. And so you have to prune certain things. You have to prune certain thought processes. You have to prune certain habits, things that may have helped you at one point, but now they no longer serve a purpose. You have to be, and you have to become an entirely different person. Because the person that you currently are is probably not going to get you to where you want to be. Otherwise, you would already be there. And it's not to say that the person that you are now is bad, but it's just to recognize and identify where you are and start to create a map towards where you want to be. But you have to identify where you are in the present moment. Your imagination is just giving you a glimpse of what is to be, but your visualization is going to give you a glimpse of how to get there. So what your job is in the present moment, your job is to set goals, achievable goals, obtainable goals, things that can help you elevate and move forward in the direction that you desire to be in. But you have to start pruning. You have to start getting rid of certain things that no longer serve you. You have to remove things that aren't serving you to make space for those that will. And that includes thought forms, that includes habits, certain patterns. It's not always just people, right? People are going to people. People are going to be who people are going to be, right? But you have to be the one to remove certain aspects of yourself because you're getting in your own way. You're the only reason why you're not where you want to be. It's not your job. It's not the opportunities. It's none of that. It's you. Everything falls on you. Everything is a response to your ability. That's why it's called responsibility, because it's your ability to respond to certain situations in your life. Your ability to respond and not react. But you have to get rid of certain things because the more you hold on to them, then they start to form trauma. Because now you're reacting to everything. Now everything is triggering to you because you're trying to maintain an old mindset when there are new concepts in front of you. But if these new concepts don't align with that thinking that you have or had, then of course you're going to get defensive. Of course you're going to feel some type of way, of course. Because life essentially is course correction. And while you're on this path, you're going to need course correction. You're going to need somebody in your corner telling you like, hey, you need to kind of, get over it, get in your lane. Like you veering off on the side of the road a little bit. But if you keep fighting that battle, eventually you're going to find yourself off the path. But it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's still a lesson in it. It's still something to let you know that, hey, I've gotten off the path, but I can get right back on it. And you know what's interesting, right? Life, this is what I believe, right? I believe life is falling off the path and getting back on. Like you fall off the path, and then somehow you find yourself back on the path. And then you're going, and you're going, and you're going. And then you fall off the path again. And then you get right back on the path. And then you're going, and you're going, and you're going. And then you fall off on the path. And then you get right back on. So it's like, it's just a constant ebb and flow, cause and effect. It's just a constant. And honestly, I'm at the point where when things don't go my way, I don't get upset, I don't get sad, I don't get triggered or bothered. I understand that, well, there's a lesson in this. And maybe I had to take this step back in order to move further ahead. And if we all viewed our lives in that manner, we would keep ourselves open and more receptive to the blessings that are coming our way now. Because there are so many blessings coming our way, but because we hold on to old things, we create blockages, we create trauma, or we experience and cause trauma within ourselves. Trauma gets built within us. We block ourselves from our blessings. And so you have to understand that life is always happening for your greatest benefit. I believe that. I believe that everything that is happening in life is happening for me to become the greatest version of myself. Everything. And that's the purpose of these type of talks. Is to get you back on path. Is to get you back on track. Right? Sometimes you're just so caught up in your own thoughts, in your own mind, and in your own circumstances that you don't see anything else happening around you. But when you see things like this, it shifts your thinking. And it shifts your thinking long enough for you to get in alignment with where it is that you're trying to get to. Because there's something in this that resonates with you. And it's something in you that is crying out for you to get back on track. To pick up that camera again, to pick up that paintbrush again, to go and give it another try, to try again. I have a mantra on my mirror in my bathroom, and every day I read it, it says, I get another chance to try again and get it right. I get another chance to try again and get it right. Don't miss that part. And get it right. It's not just another chance to try again, but it's another chance to get it right. Because you've had it right before. But some things happen, life happens, and you get off the path. It's understandable. But you get another chance to get it right again and again and again and again. You are a forever student. You're going to always be learning different lessons. You're going to always be experiencing different aspects of life. But as long as you continue to stay a student, nothing can ever shake you. Nothing can ever bother you because you know that everything in life is teachable. You can extract something from it and help you become better. There's a thing that is called PTG, post-traumatic growth. Not everything you experience has to be so traumatic in a negative sense. But if you can elevate your mind, everything goes from PTSD to PTG. Everything that you've experienced in your life can go from this hurt me to this help me. And I know that's not the easiest thing to do. It's like, you don't understand, bro. This shit, man, really hurt. Like, this really hurt. This experience that I went through. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get over it. That's fine. You may tell yourself you're not able to get over it, but you will. Because time rules over everything. And time heals everything. Because eventually, you're going to look back on that instance and be like, wow, I don't know what I was so bothered about. But I'm so thankful that that happened because now I'm able to see what it was trying to teach me. So I say this to say you may not be able to see the lesson in what you're going through right now in the moment. But I promise you, later on down the line, you're going to look back and be like, you know what? That had to happen. And I'm glad it did because I'm better for it now. So yeah, take that as you may. Go out there and be great. But always be thankful because I'm thankful. I'm thankful to you for being on this journey with me. And I'm thankful for you allowing me to be on this journey with you. And I truly believe we do better when we grow together. So let's continue to grow with one another. And if you found this helpful, inspiring, or motivating in any way, shape, or form, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, click the notification bell to get notified whenever I publish another video. And as always, you are appreciated. Also, like I said in my last video, go check out the new merchandise available. Link is in the description. What is the best that can happen? For those that don't know, this is a mantra that I truly live by. We always look at the worst case scenario in every situation that we go through. I like to look at the best, because the worst, it can happen. Yes, it can happen. But I like to keep my vision towards the best possible outcome, because I show up as my best. So even if a situation doesn't go as I want it to go, I know that I brought my best. So it's always going to be better than I initially thought. It's always going to be better. Any situation I go through, it's always going to be better, because I look at what's the best that can happen. And if you believe that, well, go get you some. And also follow me on my various social media pages. Fanbase in particular. Go to Fanbase and follow me at Paula Zay Anthony. And also follow me on all my various social media platforms at Paula Zay Anthony. What's your game plan? What are you going to do? How are you going to move forward? These are questions that you already have the answers to. But you have to be still. You have to be silent. You have to be open and willing to receive. And once you do that, well, life changes in the most miraculous way. This has been another Paula Zay Talks. I'm Paula Zay Anthony. And until next time, be well, peace and love.